Hey guys, it looks like it's still a little bit laggy. I think there's also like at least a minute delay between when I restarted this, and so you'll see probably some of the troubleshooting before I actually pressed live. I'm not sure what the issue is, but hopefully at least the audio is okay. Uh, crud. Hopefully that you guys will find it from the old chat link. I have no idea if I'm. Can you let me know if I'm showing up on the same page or if it? I'm pretty sure it's a new video now. Whew, that was that was frustrating. Quite frustrating. Oh man. All right, let's get to it. I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and tonight we are going to be dyeing some yarn inspired by this beautiful rain scene. I wanted some bright colors, out of focus, some bokeh, which is when, like, in the background, images get distorted a bit, and then you see, like, with Christmas lights, you might see them as big dots and stuff. It's a really cool, like, out of focus light thing with photography. And I was just really excited by the reflections and the light and the darkness of the shadow. And I think that it'll be really awesome on yarn. So Dyer Supplier has sent me a lot of bare yarn for free. They sent me a new 10 bag of the 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight soft yarn. And they had already sent me some, and they sent me some more to try out, play with, and I actually really like it. The first time I opened it, I was a little concerned because it looked a little bit almost like it was blocked or something, a little bit stretched, but it plumps up through dyeing. It sort of blooms a little bit, and then it has a good like the good yarn elasticity that you want to have. I don't know. Just please. And yeah, and so I really like it, and it's really fun to dye with. I've also been playing with the 80/20, and I like that as well. So full disclosure, they just started an affiliate program for Dyer Supplier. So if you want to learn more, I have a link in the video description. And then as an affiliate, if you make any purchases from that link, I make a commission. So like full disclosure, and they also are giving it to me for free to use and try. So that's very generous of them. And yeah. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that you found me. That is great. The video is still lagging? Okay, it's good. Thank you for letting me know that this is for sure the new link. And I'm honestly not sure what I could do about the video lagging, to be honest. I might need a new computer, which I don't want to think about that. All right, but before we get started, I have one more box. Hey, what you doing? Honey? Okay. I have one other box that I do need to go into because this is a box. I'm not going to do, I'll wait and do like a full, like what's everything in here when we have a lag point. But I do need some of the dye that is in this box. So this is my new, oh cool, I do have a color chart. I got some more Dharma acid dyes here and a lot of squeeze bottles. So let's see where the dye is. And oh, I just found out the packing peanuts apparently are made of starch, so they dissolve. And we'll go through at some point all the colors that I got, but first I want to find the ones that I want to use, that I might want to use tonight. Lids, more bottles. Bottles everywhere. Bottles near and far. Okay. Alright. I don't even know if I'm going to use these ones, but two of the new colors that I've never used before. I've got some radioactive, which I actually don't think I'm going to use, but I also have some fluorescent lemon, which I think I do want to use. So I wanted to collect the other fluorescent colors from the Derma line to include in my yarn tonight. Phew. The picture is better now. Wait, go out and retry the new video. Let's see. Okay, I guess I can see I am a little smooth. The new dye. Yeah, so new dye is here. All right, I am going to go up to the counter. And Keith, if you want to be able to walk by, you can now. Just had to get through that intro. And oh wait, I almost forgot. So if you like the content and my ability to keep going through all these horrible technical difficulties, if you look at the bottom of the chat, there's a little $sign for super chats. But there's more than just super chats now. There are also super stickers. So I guess you could send like a cool little animated sticker as well. And it's kind of like a tip jar. But I have not streamed since stickers became an option. So I am, yeah, maybe we'll see one and I'll get all excited about some like dancing animal or something. Okay. Oh. Okay, thank you guys. Let me see, because it's still, yeah, on my end, it's still saying my string quality is bad. I think I need a new computer, which is making me stressed. But let's see. Oh, we're looking at my counter. That's not the image that I wanted to show you. Nope. Of course. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I am having a day. Why when I... Okay, why when I did this did... Because one of the cameras just stopped. One of the cameras is being really temperamental. Let me, yes, and I'm going to see if I can re-add it. There we are. Here is the other camera. Okay. There is our camera friend. All right, so here I've got 3 skeins of our Dyer Supplier yarn that we're pre-soaking. This is my dedicated steam pan. I actually now have 2. I'm not sure if the second one is in frame right now. And I don't know why. I may have had something on my... Oh, just touching the dye. Oh well. May have had a tiny bit of yellow on the outside. Didn't think that part through. All right, but I've got 3 skeins of the yarn that are going to be very crudely arranged in this pan. I did not squeeze out absolutely all the water, but I did do a bunch. And so the plan for today of what I want to do is kind of cool. But we're going to have to see if it's going to work. Ooh, I see something yellow. Oh, Paradise Fibers, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, that's so kind, you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, radioactive is a glorious color, and awesome. Yeah, I feel like radioactive probably isn't going to make it in tonight, but I pulled... Okay, so I've got the yarn there, and now let's see. I'm like afraid. Maybe I should go up here. There. Okay. I'm afraid to... I'm afraid to like turn it off on that thing because that camera has just been... What? Like I don't know why that camera is acting up so bad. It has been the bane of my existence. And of course, I have to go and reconfigure this. This is why. Oh. So I was joking around with Keith that he should participate with me today. But I really do need help. But I think he's upstairs. Okay. All right. So here's the messy counter. I've got my respirator and safety goggles, which I always use when I'm dealing with powder. I love these like aluminum pans. I get them at the dollar store, and I always use them for hot yarn and stuff, and I find that they work really, really great. Yeah, and all right, so what else do we have today? I've got my other dye pot right over here, and I've got some stock solutions. So we've got some options for saturated colors. I've got Twilight Gray, Dark Navy, Espresso Bean, which is a little purpley, but, you know, I just brought it down in case I might want it. Peacock Blue and True Black are some bottles that I have. And then the powders that I pulled, and I am going to pull up the image. Yeah. Oh man, I feel like, well, maybe because I feel like it's a Monday, but it's really a Friday. But I think that my brain is acting like, here we go, acting like it's a Monday. Okay. Our inspiration photo. So I think that I definitely want fluorescent safety orange. Okay. Definitely want fluorescent safety orange. I definitely want a little bit of fluorescent fuchsia. I sort of wish I had a more fluorescent red, but like a hint of that pink. I'm going to use a tiny bit of fluorescent lemon. And I think that these are the three powders that I'm going to use as my base on those three skeins. And so we're going to dye them, and then we're going to let them cool a little bit, add some resist, probably just with some more zip ties, which of course I didn't pull out. We're going to add some more resist, and then we are going to dip them into some kind of deep saturated color, which will cover up a lot of some of them, a little bit of some of them, which will be like the reflection, and I think it'll be really, really cool. So that is my plan for the day. And I can make the image go away. Oh, funny. Yeah. All right. And I think while we're at it, I am going to grab some zip ties. Okay, and we're going to pre-soak a little more yarn. Let me make sure. Yeah. All right. And I'm going to take this off the stove, but I'm going to pre-soak some more because I might, so I want to try the resist way, but then I also think I might do a similar neon base and then add some like heavy, heavy dark speckles on top is my sort of secondary option. But we'll see how far we go before either my computer gives out or I give out. And so I know from past experience that the fluorescent fuchsia and the fluorescent safety orange, when you sort of speckle the powder on, they spread out a lot. Purple pop also spreads a lot. I don't know if fluorescent lemon does. We will see. Because I haven't used that before. So, you know, I could definitely pull in the green from the stoplight. There are some, I think that with this, I'm choosing to go with sort of the feeling of the lights with the fluorescence. And so that's sort of where I'm thinking of starting, and we can always see where we end up as we go on. But I'm also okay with this stage with there being some white left behind. That is something that's not a problem to me. Our vinegar is right there. All right, I am going to add, okay, oh, I do this, and of course I cannot see. Oh yeah, you can see me now. Okay, I've got 4 cups of water, and I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of white vinegar, because I think I'm also going to add more water, and pour it on. Yeah, I think I want more water in there. Oh, I hope everyone's been having a great week. I've been looking forward to this all day, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to get everything set up, like start rather than like 15 minutes before. I'm going to give myself extra time, and then like this camera that I'm filming on right now just was not working, which is the newer webcam, so I don't know why it's being temperamental. Maybe I need a new version of OBS. All right, and now we're going to heat this up. So once I go into, I'll pop back up over here. Here we go. So once I pop back, nope, come on. Once I pop back over and put my mask on, I'm going to get a lot quieter. And that is because because just of safety, and the mask does muffle my voice. But I'm going to put sort of that in the corner, so that way as I'm adding these colors on, we'll see. And I think I'm planning on going in sort of a random pattern with these 3 fluorescents. And yeah, we'll see. I'm not even sure if I'm going to flip over and do it on the other side, since we will be adding these resists and then over dyeing what we're creating. But I think that it should be a lot of fun, and I am really excited. It's also, I'm just amused by how big the lag is today. All right, let me try and hide myself again. All right, trying to get this so I can see. Uh-oh. Because I wasn't sure. Okay, I have no idea how good the color is today, or how often I might trip over the tripod. But I wanted to be able to easily access video on both sides of the burners. So we will see. I'm lowering the heat down since we're getting some movement. And even though, oh, it's lagging. Ugh. Even though we are using dry powders, and we'll definitely get some speckle type areas on here, I'm not concerned about getting sharp speckles. Having speckles there will be wonderful and lovely, but it's not, I won't be disappointed if I don't get sharp speckles. And I will be washing my hands in between each color. Now I'm going to pop on my purple nitrile gloves, my respirator, and my safety goggles. Which I'm not, so muffled. Which I'm not showing because it's not very exciting. But since I'm right here, hello. All right. I didn't have my goggles on yet. I think I'm going to start with the Fluorescent Lemon, since I've never used this color before. And so that feels like a really good place to start. Okay, opening it up. It does look a lot like brilliant yellow. And I am just literally going in, my fingers, ooh! Oh, that is awesome. I love it. So definitely not speckly, but this is like, what it's spreading into is like a highlighter yellow. I'm down. I am here for it. And yeah, I love it. Okay. That was not very much dye, but it is spreading out nicely. Oh, I should have grabbed the yarn mop. Oh well. So in between color changes and going into different containers of color, I will be sort of washing my gloves off, and then I dry them off with a paper towel. So that way I don't mix the different color dyes I'm using. But it's definitely not coming up as like a fluorescent, like highlighter, like great fluorescent color on the, what I'm seeing on the camera. Yes, it's way brighter, and you can see that color is spreading because I speckled it on. I know that the fuchsia will probably do something similar. Let's go down here. Yeah, you can see that, like, so I know that with this we would end up with some speckles there, but it's going to spread. And we have a reasonable amount of vinegar in there too. 4 tablespoons of vinegar and 8 cups of water is a lot higher. Four tablespoons of vinegar and 8 cups of water is a lot higher than what I frequently do. So this pink, I really wish I had like a fluorescent red, but I don't think that exactly exists. But actually this does, I don't know, it works for me. So here's some fluorescent safety orange, which I also know will spread out. I really thought I was going to overlap them more going in, but I'm sort of enjoying what's happening and using really not a lot of the color. Okay, I'm going to close that up. Okay. Ooh. Actually, that orange is doing really nice things. Okay, I am going to... You can hear me better again because all the powdered dye is now closed. I'm now going to go and poke things around. Actually, first I'm going to check the chat. The orange is looking pretty red on camera. If I mix guargum with the powder, would it reduce speckles for spreading? Ooh! Christy, that's a really good idea. I honestly don't know. But you can see, like, there's a lot of color in there. I think that certainly my concern about sprinkling the guargum powder on is that it definitely can be very solid and gloopy and a little hard to rinse out. So I'd be a tad concerned about it. But oof, I can't tell. I feel like a lot of that yellow has absorbed. Ooh, that like fluorescent lemon is awesome. And yeah, I have a feeling that these fluorescent colors just take way longer to absorb because the purple pop is as well. So right now I am actually never had an old pan. Okay. Right now I am just sort of moving this color like on a little bit. I don't mind if there is some white. I think I'm going to go ahead and let this go for about 10 minutes and then we'll check back in. And I'll come around. So if you're just tuning in, I've got the inspiration photo up there, and I'm starting off with this fluorescent base using fluorescent acid dyes from Dharma Trading Company. And I really want to just have this sort of like evoke the colors of those lights. And once this is absorbed, we'll set it aside, let it cool a bit, and then add some fun resist points. So that way we can over dye it with some deeper, darker colors in some kind of way. And so I'm starting with 3 skeins, so either we can play with over dyeing multiple different colors, or we can play with different ways of like folding it up for the resist. So I thought that that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, just yeah, I'm really, really, really excited. Oh, funny. I was like trying to watch, and it's always interesting when I am watching myself. Okay, how far in 26? I'm gonna write that down. Trying to smile for a better screenshot. Where did my diary go? Oh man. Oh, okay, but so while I'm sitting down and while we're waiting for those 10 minutes, we should go through some of those other dyes and see what other colors I got. Because that is something I know you're really excited. Wait, sock blank. Am I not seeing all of the, I think some chat messages might not be coming through. But yeah, I mean, I like this colorway just sort of as is, but I am excited to see what else like it will become. And so I don't think a lot's happening over there, so I'm moving myself. All right, what other colors are now part of my collection? And of course they don't have like a swatch on here. So I got Caribbean Blue, Platinum, Fawn, and Sapphire Blue. I got Sapphire Blue because the Peacock Blue doesn't stay like dissolved well as a stock solution, so I wanted to try a different blue as a primary. No, I'm on live chat, but there were some things that came through that I wasn't sure of, so that's why I was confused for a moment. It was seeming like I was on top chat versus live. What else did I get? Yeah, I think of those. Yeah, I'm really excited for a lot of those. I also have Sand Dune, Pecan Brown. I got a lot of different browns. Sour Apple, Saffron Spice, Golden Poppy, and Deep Magenta. And Bright Aqua, Blued Steel, Berry Crush. Why did I get Berry Crush and Deep Magenta? Lilac and True Turquoise. I think that that's all I got. So I have a little Dharma magazine somewhere. I have a little Dharma magazine, and I put little dots of all the colors that I have, so that way I could better like look at it and get a sense of what else I needed. So that was Deep Magenta. Where is? Oh, yeah, the poster they look way somewhere because Berry Crush is like a deeper. Yeah, but so all of these are ones that I'll need to like swatch out at some point. And by swatch, I mean really just put a little bit of the powder and see what happens just from that first look of the powder on the yarn. And that gets me like a nice little sense of how the colors work. But in addition to all of that new dye, I got, oh, I like these bitty ones. 3 new sizes of bottles. I think I've got 16 ounce, 8 ounce, and 4 ounce? Or was it 8, 16, and 32? Something like that. I'd have to think more. This looks a little bigger than, I mean, is there not a packing slip in here? What did I order? I don't know. I got more bottles, and I like them. So basically, I'll have to think, but I can fit about 500 mils in one of these and about 1 liter in one of the bigger ones. Yeah, sometimes conversions are not my strong point. Let me check. How many in 16? Okay, yeah, so it was right. It's about 8, 6, oh, so it's 8, 16, 32. Those are the sizes I got. That makes more sense. And I also recently got more of these. I really like these boxes for keeping the dyes in, and when I get my new shelving in my little storage area, 2 of these fit stacked on one of the shelves, and so then I can have like, I think I might do a different bin for, like I might have one for like black and purple, blue and green, red, yellow, and orange, or something like that. So Berry Crush and Bright Aqua are so awesome. Yeah, eventually I imagine that I will go for the full collection. I really, really wish that the poster were organized by color, so that way you could try to get a sense of some of the nuance between them. But, you know, I'm working my way through. Ooh, I feel like the yarn has gotten brighter since I've been sitting over here. When I was setting up, it almost felt desaturated over there, but I think it was because everything like had very little color, and I totally just moved my head behind the picture. I am on another level today, but I can put this away. I'll put that on the chair. Yeah, but I'm very, very excited. So wait, did I get up to that? So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I must have grabbed 2 from here and not the other bag. Oh man. But what was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah. If you haven't already pre-ordered your summer sampler, the pre-orders are still open, as are the add-ons. If you're not sure, the Summer Mini Skein mini-series, something that's going to take place at the end of July, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Sort of similar to the ChemKnits Hanukkah special, I will be releasing a brand new video every night for a whole week, Monday through Friday, and all of the videos are going to be featuring mini skeins and different ways to dye them and play with them, and I think it's going to be a ton of fun. There are some, oh, this is the summer sampler pre-order. There are still some slots available, and then there are also some add-ons. So you can add on either a full 100-gram skein of sock yarn, or you can add on a sock blank, or multiples of, or multiples of both full skein add-ons to the sampler. The only thing is that in order to get those add-ons, you have to purchase a sampler. And so you can get either a 50-gram sock sampler, a 100-gram sock sampler, or a 100-gram DK weight sampler. And both 100-gram sampler options also come with a hand-stamped project bag that I am making. So I actually just worked on a huge batch of those today. So that was a lot of fun. So that's like a little, you know, intermission-y ad for fun things coming up on the channel. But I've filmed 3 of the videos so far, and I am really, really excited with how they are coming together. And I know that there will also be a lot of other mini skein videos coming out over the next few weeks. Or months, I suppose, because the Die Cut weeklies during that week will focus on mini skeins as well, and it's just all going to be a ton of fun. So I am going to go remove my face. No worsted? No, I don't have a worsted weight option this time. I did DK and fingering. Oh, that is so bright. Oh, that's awesome. I did DK and fingering because I could use the exact same fiber content. There's a hint of color left. Some hints of pink, but I will flip in just a sec. It might overtake a little bit of the yellow, but I really like what's going on here. I'm going to grab a quick little photo. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a worsted option because since I might in some of the videos combine fingering and DK in the same pot, I wanted to as best as possible I wanted to be able to have the techniques translate onto both. And so just so you guys can really see what's happening, I'm just adding a picture of the yarn in the pan to my story on Instagram, and I believe it should automatically go on Facebook now. That one. I live near me. Yeah, well, we've got some funny weather going on over here too. Oh man. I'm ready for more sunshine. All right, let's flip the yarn. Oh, here's the zip tie. I was like, where did the tie go? Let's flip the yarn and see if I want to, yeah, I think I'll want to add some color to the other side. Maybe not a ton. Because we will be over dyeing this, but okay. Yeah, I think we will add, ooh, hot. So it's definitely hot, but not so hot I can't touch. I'm going to wash off my hands. Okay. Yeah, and I will be putting the respirator and everything back on. I'm sorry I'm a bit muffled while that, but you guys in the chat are pretty good about, oh, I think that, oh, thank you, someone made an Etsy purchase, I think. Yay! And I am going to turn off the sound of my phone. And you guys might think that this is hilarious, but the sound that Etsy makes on my phone is sort of similar to the sound Keith makes when texting me. So I was like, I'm not sure if this is Etsy or Keith, but you know who you are, and I know you're in the chat right now, and so thank you very much. Oh, awesome. Well then, now since you said it in the chat, thank you, Lorelai, for placing the order. Yeah, the whole series is going to be a bunch of fun. The whole thing together isn't necessarily one color story, even though there's definitely a color story with each of the videos. But since everything in the samplers this time is the same base, they could be mixed together in some kind of fun project. And yeah, I'm just having an absolute blast with it. It is so hard to not share spoilers. Oh my goodness. But, all right. I'm going to start with the Fluorescent Lemon again. I super dig this color. I'm not even, oh, I'm probably going a bit heavy. Whoops, all right.
Got a little overexcited there, but it'll be okay. Really liking the yellow. Washing the hands. Yeah, and then I'm not even going to worry if the color isn't set completely, because since we're going to go into like the next stage in not too long, it doesn't matter if it doesn't get completely set, because it'll get set like when we over dye and whatnot. Oh, I don't need to do lemon again. Apparently. All right, let's get some pink. And let's go a little small. There we go. And so a lot of this is going to get covered up. A lot will get covered up, and that is okay. Maybe I should have done some purple pop. I didn't really want the bright pink, but the purple in it is really, although I'm using pink. I don't know why. I guess I didn't really, who knows? I'm really excited to see, which I guess I forgot to talk about this. I'll wait until the mask comes off. That'll be really soon. Okay, and then finally, orange. And again, if there is some white, I'm not going to worry too much, because that's okay. Like, I'm totally fine with there being white from this today. Okay, close this up. Okay, with taking off.
With that whole snafu at the beginning, I completely forgot to say, I'm going to go wiggle that in a moment, but I forgot to say that my favorite part of these dialogues is when you share what you create from the inspiration photo as well. So while I'm doing my version, you guys could have a completely different view from how this picture makes you feel or the technique you want to do. And so you can dialogue with me at home and then submit your pictures either through the hashtag ChemKnits Dialogue on Instagram, or there's a pinned post on the ChemKnits Lab Facebook page, not ChemKnits Lab, that's a group, on the ChemKnits Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/ChemKnits. There's a link to that actual picture in the video description, but you can go there and reply with a comment of your picture, and then I might pick it to feature in the recap from this live stream, where I'll take a closer look at all the yarn. And so that is always probably my favorite part of this whole thing, is seeing what you guys create, and if you're on the same wavelength as me, or if you pulled something completely different from the picture. I absolutely love it. Where's my spoon? Oh, it's over there. Wait, a ring around? Oh, paw prints. Oh gosh, it is so like muddy and everything here. Sometimes on rainy days, I do like to still walk to get the kids, but I didn't feel like trying to get them into their rain gear today. Okay. Ooh, I am liking these colors. So again, like everything, I say this a lot, but we're using one pan here, and we've got 3 skeins of yarn. And so while there's similarities here, there's definitely differences. Ooh, I like how red the yellow mixed with that pink looks. That is kind of cool. It's looking more red versus orange. But anyway, I am going to turn up the heat a little bit and let this sit for about 10 minutes. Actually, I'll turn it back down. And then I will come over and chat. And so once we remove that, I think that while we wait for that to cool, I might dye another round of yarn because I think that why not? I might try the like full-on speckled version of this. So the picture makes me think of waiting for the bus during college in Portland in the evening. Yeah, it makes me think. So when I was in grad school, I lived in Cambridge, and so yeah, there was a lot of waiting for the bus. I would take the bus over to where my lab was, and so yes, but yeah, there was thankfully a free shuttle that I could take, which was nice because otherwise it was a couple different city buses to get there. East Coast, yeah, we've had a lot of rain, a lot of rainy weekends. Last Sunday, Mother's Day, was rainy, and the kids were in a mood. They were in such a mood. But yeah, I think that it's all fun. I'm just checking to see if Pan, do you have something to tell me? Oh, good. It looks very different from the phone screen and from what I see on my screen. So that is funny. But the colors really are bright. And the nice thing about these fluorescent colors, at least the pink and orange, is that if you have a black light, they will be all pretty and happy. Yeah, Massachusetts is awesome. Big fan. Wait, what? What's going on at Joann's tomorrow? Sarah said Joann is having a free-for-all tomorrow. Like Joann Fabrics? I know that it's a graduation weekend, so I'm staying far away from the city. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh, I want more vinegar. Fading. Ooh, I really like this. I really like this. Huh. Yeah, no, the kids don't hold back. They were like, we let Lucas have a sleepover with my mom, and then he was grumpy, probably because he had a sleepover. And then Ryder, I think, was grumpy because Lucas wasn't here when he woke up. And so then, like, they were just grumpy through breakfast. And yeah, I was just like, but Keith was wonderful. So, and I guess the dog and the fish were pretty good. So I guess that 3 out of my 5 boys were wonderful. Oh, so what's going on? Now I need to see what's going on at Joann's. Because I don't have one that's super close by anymore. The one close by, I think there was like a problem with the building. I used to go to the one in Dedham, but now I go to the one for Massachusetts people, the one like out in Natick, which is actually a really nice one. They're like, they actually organize all the like licensed fabric by like show and character. Spring up to 70% off. Ooh, lots of good stuff. I like the Joann's because they have the Joann's that I go to, they have a lot of different dye options there. So they have the Dylon hand dyes. They have some tulip, like fabric dye outside of the tie-dye. I think they have some Jacquard dye more, or Jacquard eye dye maybe. They have RIT dye more synthetic, a lot of tulip tie dye, and so it's just like there's a good selection when I need to grab something. But yeah, now I'm like, ooh. Yeah, I have no idea about the discounts. Yeah, so what's going on? I just looked at the I see that there's big savings, but I need the tea. Wait, no tea. If people know what I'm talking about. I like my little corner of the internet that has no drama. I'm now checking. Oh, you got Jacquard acid dye from Jacquard from Joanne Online. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I get most of my dyes from Dharma mainly because they have so many brands and selections and supplies that it's like a nice one-stop shop for like a lot of stuff like that. And plus, I really like Jacquard acid dyes too, and I still have some, and I plan to use them more. Just with I think the Dharma line has a few more colors, and you get the cost per gram of dye is a little more economical, and so that's why I go with that a bit. Oh goodness, that's not good. But I'm impatient. All right, so now I need your help. What color or colors should I use for the over dyeing? At first I was like, oh, black. But I don't know if black is quite right. I don't know if I should do navy. I don't know if I should do like twilight gray, which depending on its mood is either bluish, maybe a little purplish. I don't think I would over dye it with espresso bean. I think that's too warm. I think I want something cooler toned. But yeah, let me know what you think I should use to over dye it with. You have a free item of your choice with purchase. I want more of the sequin flip, guys. Okay, let me show you what I. All right, you guys are gonna meet some of my friends. These hang out with me while I edit. This is Knitsy. Knitsy is a unicorn and has flippy sequin skin. And I got it at AC Moore because I had a free reward coupon or something at my birthday. And I was like, I am going to get something for me for no reason. So I got this so one side is matte, well, not quite matte, still shiny, but one side is plain white and the other side is like an iridescent white. I have not yet named the penguin. I mean, he comes with a name, but he's got this more like iridescent and then like blue. But still the me from like Beanie Baby craze back in the 90s. I still can't cut the tags off of them, even though my kids cut all the tags off. Oof. But yeah, Joann's had some, I think they had like a dinosaur that I really wanted. Like, they're not cuddly at all, but it is really nice and soothing as I'm like thinking or editing to just sort of flip the sequence. So yeah, those are, but I can't bring myself to just like, yeah. Ooh, okay. Lots of, I wish I could like pop a poll in. Navy, espresso bean, navy or steel blue. So I would go for steel blue. I haven't played with that yet, so I'm not as sure about its intensity. Purple. Well, I think that with the navy over the pink that we might get some of that purple is sort of my thought. Black, blue, and purple. Yes. But so when you add colors on top of other colors, yeah, things sometimes come out a little different than what you might expect. So if I wanted a little more warmth in there, then black might be better than navy. Green. So, but the green would be toned. The green would be a little tone. I think green combined with these colors could result. Although, actually, I don't know why green. So, starting to say green mixed with these colors could result in a brown, but maybe not. Actually, I think it all depends on proportion. I think green over these actually could be really, really pretty, but I think not quite what. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the navy. But let's see. Yeah, most of this color has absorbed. We can certainly do a few batches. I do want to try to wring out some of this water. And so that there's a tiny bit of pink left in there. Oh, actually, I can kind of touch it, actually. It's a little hot. I kind of want to reuse some of this water. Ooh. All right. I'm placing it. I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing. Oh, dear. But I'm placing it in my aluminum pan. I'm going to go set this aside so it can cool off a bit. And then we can go start setting it up to, once I can like really comfortably handle it, then we can start setting it up to over dye. And so, oh funny, there's like a tiny bit of pink powder there. So as I was pulling it up, there is a little bit of color left, but all things considered, not too bad. I probably do want a little more water and stuff. Let's think. Yeah, I'm hesitant to open up this again, the steel blue, just because I don't have as good of a. I'm not quite sure what it does. I'm a little hesitant to dunk the whole skein into something that is so unknown, if that makes sense. The navy was my gut because I was hoping that some of the navy with the pink would give some of the purple reflection, but there's still a bit of time, so it needs to cool a bit. And I'm going to start dyeing some other yarn just for fun as we wait. And I think that I will do a very similar sort of base with these neons, but then we're going to start going over and speckling with some of the dark colors as well. So that's sort of my thought for round 2. I'm not even going to wring out all the dye here. This is just 2 skeins, and they're definitely going to soak up that bit of pink that's in there. But it really is just sort of a tiny bit of a blush color. I think that was only 12. Okay, if anyone was counting for me, how many times did I pour water into the big pot? And of course there's a bit of a delay, but I think I've got 12 to 16 cups in there. Blue steel has a saturation much like navy, but more blue. Okay. All right. Well, even if, Joan, even if you might be a little late, don't worry, because there's still a lot more yarn dyeing that is about to happen. I'm going for another round now. with this time, yeah, so we just dyed a bunch of yarn with some fluorescent colors, and once it cools off, I'm going to add some resists, and we're going to do some over dyeing of that. And then here, I'm going to do something a little similar in that we're going to add a bunch of fluorescents, sort of wiggle them to let them spread, and then we're going to sort of speckle on top. So I'm going to start heating this up. So it's sort of like two ways, one with resist, one more with speckles. Do each a different color so we can compare? I could definitely do that, and I definitely might. So for the stocks that I have mixed up right now, so I've got 5 colors mixed up. I've got a little bit of Twilight Gray. I've got Dharma Dark Navy. I've got Espresso Bean, Peacock Blue, and True Black down here right now. Those are the 5 that I have already mixed up as stocks. Okay, so you've used steel blue. Yeah, I'll definitely compare the steel blue or the blued steel to navy once I use it. Hopefully, well, maybe this time when I do the like random swatching, maybe I'll do that as a live stream if my equipment cooperates, which it was not today.
All right. Mask on. You guys know I will be muffled, but safety is important. Okay, so let's start. This time I'm going to be a little more sparing. And I mean a little more sparing, not a lot more sparing. Who am I kidding? We want a nice fluorescent base. Oh, why am I going in even in with the same pattern? It's not really what I meant to do. I sort of wanted to just do a little bit all over. I sort of forgot what I was doing. So that's a lot of yellow. And once again, I don't have a yarn mop, but I will be rinsing my hands in between each color. I'm really regretting not having a mop today. Okay. Next, I'm going to do some fluorescent fuchsia. Reduce the heat. All right, and then fluorescent safety orange. I only have one dye pot right now for the immersion step. So, okay. Yes, this is my fluorescent safety orange. There. A little more random, and I'm not going to swizzle it yet. I'm going to give this 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Before I start manipulating, I'm going to reduce the heat again. And, okay.
And then we're going to go on top of it with a bunch of different colors. Where is my... I like to try to get some in progress, when I remember to, in progress pictures, so that way I can include them in the video recap. And so if you want a chance to be featured in the recap video, there's details in the video description. Hi everyone. Yeah, the pink, I really like that pink. Ooh, this is so fun. I love doing these dye-alongs. And again, this is the first step. I'm then going to layer on, I think what I'm going to do on top of here is I might do a combination of Twilight Gray, Espresso Bean, and Navy on top. Maybe a little bit of black. We'll see how it's going, but I'll start layering those colors on top in a little bit, and then we'll flip over and do the other side if we need to. I'm excited. Can I add more water? No, I guess I didn't. I'm just trying to keep track of everything. Lots of fun stuff going on. But if you're enjoying this and you would like to help contribute to all of the content, there's a few ways that you can do that. Please make sure that you like this video. And if you're not already subscribed to the ChemKnits Tutorials YouTube channel, please subscribe. I release new videos every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 8:30 Eastern Time. And then on top of that, there are live streams, unboxings, and other bonus videos that come out along the way. And it is a lot of fun. So liking and then engaging with the videos is the biggest way you can support the channel. But if you want, you can leave a super chat. There's a little $sign at the bottom of the chat window. And so you can leave a comment that comes up brightly colored, or you can even there are now super stickers, which I guess give like some kind of emoji or some little animated sticker that you can throw up, which I have not seen yet. So if someone wants to be the first, that would be cool. Otherwise, I also have a Patreon where you can get early access to a new video, the Dye Pot PS series, each month. You can also vote for the kind of content that I should do for the future episodes of the Dye Pot PS series, and then the runners-up actually make it further up the queue for Dye Pot Weekly, and there's just a lot of fun. So I will throw a link in there. Yes, I understand that mom life. Have a great evening. And then finally, there is so Patreon's like a monthly subscription, which I know isn't for everyone. So the last way that you can sort of support us is through the ChemKnits Creations Etsy shop, which is full of yarn that I feature in all of these videos. And so that's my consider that the mid-roll ad for this evening. Okay. Ooh, this is looking cool. Oh, so I would say the pink in here is more subtle, probably because some of the pink and yellow has turned a little more red, but I really, really like what's happening here. All right, I think
First, I need to make sure my gloves are completely dry. And so if you're coming in with the dialogue, you don't have to hit every color. You could look at this and be inspired by the lights and ignore the rest. What? There's like someone honking outside. Okay, so let's do some twilight gray. I don't think I've really tried speckling with this yet. I know that it definitely breaks. So I just took a tiny pinch, and I am a tiny, tiny pinch where I barely have any dye. Oh, that one's a bit bigger. And then I am just rubbing my fingers together over it. And trying to get a sense of like the color. Oh, funny. So since I dye in my kitchen, at the end of all of my streams, I do go through and I wipe down all the surfaces and whatnot. That is actually really, really pretty. Very subtle. It's sort of the reverse. Right now with these speckles on here, it feels almost like a reverse of what the image is because there's a lot of neon. But I'm going to keep layering colors on here. So let's see. Let's try. I think that this is one that did break when I was playing with it. Let's try some espresso beans. I'm wondering if I'm going to see the difference here. So this is definitely warmer toned. It's technically a brown, but it definitely, unquestionably leans purple. What's funny is I definitely originally thought that I wasn't going to go in this light with these dark colors. I was going to go in, I mean, not that it's light. There's a lot of dye in here, and so there's a lot of speckles. But in my head, I thought, I don't know. I guess sometimes I like to let the colors speak to me as I'm at the pan. And yeah, that's sort of what's happening here. But I sort of just want peaks of some of these colors through. So we'll see. I've got the navy now. And I don't know if I've tried speckling with navy before. The first time I opened the navy, it sort of exploded everywhere, which was an experience. Oh, that was a heavy clump. Oh. Okay, then maybe I'm going a little heavier. All right, there we go. I kind of like it. Of course, when I move it, these colors that I'm adding right now are going to be a lot more shallow. But there are only 2 colors here versus the 3 that I had, or sorry, only 2 stains in here. All right.
Whew. All right, I think that one other thing that is apparent right now is how much less these deep colors spread out. So for example, those fluorescent colors just spread and spread and spread. And oh gosh, did I just block you guys with my phone? And here it did not all of them spread as much. And excuse me, I'm trying to tell. Right now, a lot of the speckles look black. Not gonna lie, a lot of them are looking black, even though I know they're not. But I kind of dig it. I think it's kind of fun. Hello. Welcome. I'm glad that you like seeing some of the magic happen. I think that, yeah, I guess I need to set a timer. Did I? No, I did not turn on my face. Okay, I'm setting a timer for 10 minutes. And then I think I might come over to the counter, see if our other yarn has cooled yet. And so we can start setting up for some resist. I'm just over at the sink, sort of squeezing out. Okay, so the first yarns that we did in this stream, and I should go to here and make the image go away. First yarns that we did in the stream were all of these bright colors. And we're going to take these and add on some zip ties. Hopefully there's not any dye on the counter. We're going to add on some zip ties to add some resist points. I need to get a zip tie. I really like these reusable nylon zip ties. In the second ChemKnits dye-along, I used like an inspiration of a galaxy, and which was awesome. But in that, so the inspiration was definitely this cool galaxy, and I tried resist in a few different ways, tying in multiple points with some worsted weight acrylic yarn gave the best overall points, but the zip ties were cool and gave sort of a bigger patch. And I'm a bit okay with a larger patch of color this time. And so, let's see, that's 3. And I kind of want to do there. So let's do that. All right, so I've got sort of folded this up in a pretty random way. I'm not going to be able to reproduce this exactly, but I did go through the skein 4 times. So it's sort of looped and then looped around twice more. I'll pull up another to sort of go over what I did a little bit clearer. But so I tried to make sure that in the zip tie, I had some of each color. So I looped it once so I could have it twice. And then I took another section, sort of folded in half. Hopefully I'm on camera now, and put it on top and then tightened here. So I was going through 4 times, which I think is fun. And actually, maybe I'll do a similar thing there. I should get zip ties. If we have time, then I will try doing a few different colors for what we do with the over dye. Now, we're not going to get full coverage everywhere. So clearly we'll get the least amount of color penetration where I have this zip tie. But, you know, in this area, in this interior, we'll get a little less color penetration. So there's sort of multiple choke points almost in here. Here's the last one. And maybe I'll do something a little different. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2. Let's go ahead and do it like this. So this time it really is sort of divided into a quarter, but I'm still going through 4. There we go. But along with a lot of the other items I'm using today, I do have an affiliate link to Amazon for these nylon zip ties in the video description, along with my steam pan and yeah, oh. I hope. All right, so full disclosure, there's a piece of yarn right here. I really hope that this was from a piece of a tie, not me cutting some yarn, although it has to be from a tie because I can't see how I would have cut like the yarn in 2 places with the zip ties. That would, yeah. But I will double check and look for any like straggly loose bits. But yeah, that I think that has to have come from a tie. Huh. And of course, I do have a tiny bit of dye on my fingers. What else was I going to tell you guys? Yes, I'm now a Dyer Supplier affiliate as well, so I have a link in the description to them. Yeah, Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's see. Getting that pot heating up. Okay, and I can now swap back to this camera. Maybe I'll bring our inspiration photo down here, and maybe I will shift this a tad bit that way. Okay, hopefully you guys will be able to see me when I go over to the pot. But I think for the first one, I want to do navy. Okay, so here's our pot. I think I've got 16 cups of water in here, and now I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons of white vinegar. I'm not exactly trying to glaze it, but I don't mind if the color strikes fast, if that makes sense. And I do need some gloves. You have Dyer Supplier's yarn, you get loose piece of yarn on every skein you dye. Thank you so much. That is helpful. That is helpful. I was like, oh no, please no, don't let me have hurt it. Because the yarn feels like just as strong as everything else that I use. So, all right, and now, all right, I'm going to go in with dark navy. And I am debating how much to use. So this is a 1% stock solution that I mixed earlier this week. And I think, well, okay, what I always tell myself is, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What I always tell myself is, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, I am spilling dye places. Although it actually did not spill anywhere. It just almost did. All right, I shook it up. Less is more, and I can always add more color on top. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of the navy dye. Oh, hockey. That's how my dig drip. Good thing my little rub right here is navy. Let me clean that up if I can see it. Oh. Okay, I swear I saw a drip and I cannot find it anywhere. Nor on the wrong side of the inexpensive rug. So I am not going to worry about it. Okay, so we've got the dye in here. Going to stir it up. And I am going to, what do I need? I'm going to get a place to pop the, okay, I'm going to stick my aluminum pan back here in case I need someplace to stick the yarn. Yeah, I've been really enjoying playing with it. Okay, so here is a resist yarn. I've got my dedicated dye tongs to help me move it in the pot. And, oh, the time. I'm going to stop the timer, which is about to go off for over there, but let's go for it. Sort of moving it and up. Ooh, that's really pretty. Not quite as dark as I wanted, so I'm going back in. Definitely, definitely pretty. Where is this one? Let's try holding by, ooh, that's hot. Okay, 1 tablespoon of dye isn't very much. Okay, that has mostly cleared. I'm going to put it in and let it absorb that last little bit. If it sinks in, that's fine. Oh, let me cancel the timer. All right, now let's check in over here where it does look like basically everything has absorbed. So let's flip our speckly friend. Ooh. And we can add some more color onto the other side. Oh, this actually is not that hot. Do you want to move this tie a little bit? I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, I think I will be going back in with a little bit more fluorescent colors and some more speckles on the side to sort of go along with what we did on the other side. But let's check in on this yarn. We are getting close to clear. Plus, this can let anything else set. All right, I'm going to set a good old timer for here. And then we'll do another color and another one of the ones that we've added those resists to in a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to get kitted back up and I'm going to check the chat. Like the blurry street. Actually, you're right. This side looks very much like the blurry street. Whoa. But I think my money is on this one. I might. For the next one, I'm tempted to do Nate. Let me know in the chat what color I should over dye with the next one. I'm a little tempted to do a combination of dark navy and true black. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think for the next sort of iteration of the over dyeing. Or I might just go with straight black. The navy feels
super blue to me. Okay, so I want to start with my lemon. Where are you? Oh, here you are, my lemon friend. This side feels a little spooky to me. And again, like the other side, I'm going to go in with the fluorescent colors, then sort of come back a bit. And my safety goggles got super steamy. Super steamy. Whew. All right. Some yellow next. Some. Does anyone else ever have their nose itch when they're wearing a mask? Mine is like, hello, Rebecca. Oh, that might be a little heavier than I needed, but that's okay. Little bits of the pink. Oops. And it's left on my fingers. And then in with the, oh, we are done with you, we are done with you, the fluorescent safety orange. Had to double check that one. Might have gone a little heavier with the pink on this side, but I'm not going to worry too much. I try to reuse my gloves as much as I can.
But when my hands get damp underneath them, then I know I can't put them back on easily. I guess these go in the trash. Whoa, that's pretty. Ooh, now I want to do a fluorescent yellow and navy colorway. I think that could be really, really pretty. Need my towel. All right, I am this time going to pat down a little bit, especially sort of near some of these ties, just to give color a little bit of spread. But I really, really like what's going on over here. And so I guess pretty close to after I swap, after I'm done with it, whatever I'm doing over here, then I'll go and start speckling on this one again. But yeah, it is mostly cleared. Black and navy, yeah. Anytime your hands are tied, your nose itches, yeah. You're super inspired by the blurry street now. You think you're going to go for rainy forest, but now you think of rainy street with blurry street light reflections. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. It's so fun. And like as I've said in some past videos, If you want to participate in the dye-along, do you need to take like the image literally? And the answer to that is no. It does not need to be literal. You could look at this picture and be inspired by the fluorescent dots. Or you could really like this deep, dark outline, the silhouette of the umbrella holding person. And you could be inspired by that and do like a fluorescent yarn and then dip it into like have one section of a really dark color. There's a lot of different things you could do, like sort of drawn from this. Or you could focus on just the street or just the sky. So you don't have to each person might look at the same picture and come up with something that feels a little different. And so I think that is really, really fun. Oh, man. Oh, computer. Keith was wondering, he's like, how come your computer is newer and I'm having more problems? I think that, at least it says the stream status is good now. Oh, goodness. I feel bad if anyone was stuck on the old one. Michelle Schultz, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Yay! Party. Dance party. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if any of you wondering that, you couldn't see my happy dance. If any of you are wondering, that bright blue box is a super chat. And so there's a little $sign at the bottom of the chat. And it's like a tip jar. And all helps me do all of this. Laptop gone. I wish I could clone myself. So, not just sometimes, I think a lot of the time. There's definitely some residual color in there, but I don't know if you guys can see. I've got some pinks poking through there that I'm very excited about. Okay, that's almost done. I should grab a little bit of water. Make sure I'm hydrated. We keep joking, well, not joking, and talking about trying to get Keith in a video. I don't know if he's listening right now. Keith, are you listening? Are you watching? Sometimes he has it on in his office while he's working. But yeah, I've been trying to think about ooh, come dye yarn with me. But he has some ideas of things that actually could be pretty cool. But yeah, would you guys like to see me bring more people into the kitchen for live streams? It could be pretty fun. Although not the kids. I don't trust the kids on live streams. Nope. Not quite. I'm sure Lucas would be a wonderful ham. He loves being a helper and explaining things. Ooh, if he's game, I should try to film a video and then let him voice dub the whole thing and talk about what's happening. That actually would be pretty fun. You're on a no-buy this year? Yeah, I totally respect, and I'm going to go grab the thing. I totally respect the no-buy. The last time I tried that, I had a no-buy unless it was for a very specific project, and then I got pregnant with Lucas. So I was hoping to stash bust, but all right. So this is the first one that was done in just navy. I'm going to pop it back there. And I'm going to go ahead and start this for the next color, and then we'll go and do those speckles. Hopefully these will cool enough for me to open them up on camera tonight. But if they don't, then tomorrow at some point I'll film myself opening them up so there can be that reveal on camera. Okay, let's do think I want to do, where's my, oh, here's my spoon. The threads around this one bottle leak a bit. This time I was smarter and I'm, oh dear, pouring over the sink. And I spilled a bit. Okay, so we've got a tablespoon of dark navy. That could have gone better. My attempt to not splash it everywhere. I think I'll be adding a little bit of water back to the pot. And then where's my True Black? Shake it up. Yeah, these bottles don't necessarily love getting shook. Throw out a tablespoon of the True Black. This is a lot more color than the last one. So the last time I only had 15 milliliters of a 1% stock solution. This time I've got 30 milliliters. So that would be, for the 100 grams, would be about a 0.3% DOS, which, if you remember from the True Black, if you watch the math of yarn dyeing, that actually is a fair amount of color. Okay, and I don't want to waste that little bit that I spilled. Okay. We are going to get our next friend. Let's see which one is which. I think this one. I'm going to quickly check the chat. Okay, I don't, oh, good thing I did. I'm going to make the image just go away. All right. So I'm not sure if I'm going to let this one absorb all the color. I might, though. I might like it a bit darker than the first one, but let's see what happens. So now we've got a mixture of navy and True Black. Ooh. I like this. Actually, I kind of like having the two ties. Oh, I should use the tongs as well. Sort of shimmying it around in there. This is nice. I like this. It's darker, and the warmth, I think, from the black helped tone things down a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to leave it in here to absorb all the color. I might actually be fairly happy with it. Oh, you know what? I don't think there's very much color left in there. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's basically no color left. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the pot. And I'll leave it in there for about 10 minutes. It looked like that there was a fair amount, but there really wasn't. Oh, you've been, yeah, being good is so hard. Yeah, I kind of don't let myself buy yarn just for myself anymore. I have to have like a specific project in mind. Of course, I mean, I buy so much bare yarn.
Which someone, oh no.
Oh dear. How did I do that? Oh, I thought I broke it, but I didn't. I think it goes back in. Okay, I did not break the mask. That would have been tragic.
I just pulled the clip off of the elastic. Okay.
Oh, I did it again. What the? That's not good. So, how did I do that? Let's go back in. Maybe it's supposed to go in the other way. Color's supposed to go through the other way. Tonight has just been an evening of technical difficulties. We'll see if I can get this on.
All right, got it fixed. Got it fixed. We're good. Phew! That was just stressful. The little strap came out of the plastic holder and I had to fix it. All right, so I'm now going to use, once again, espresso bean, twilight gray, and dark navy. But maybe I started with the twilight gray. I'm trying to go. So if you're just tuning in on this part, I'm going pretty heavy with these three different, I guess, mixtures of dark colored speckles. So we sort of feel like a haze of some of these colors poking through. A very different feel for sure than the other one that we have in the pot with the resist. Okay. Twilight Gray. Wait, I just used that one. Okay, it's Friday. And I am still here, I promise. My brain, however, has gone away. This is why I like filming my yarn dyeing, because when I go through and I'm editing, I then can go through and see like, oh, okay, that's the color I used or the amount that I used. So it helps me reproduce things if I want. Okay, that was espresso bean, which does lean purple. And then lastly, I'll do some dark navy. It all looks really dark right now. And so I'm really excited to see if it's going to look and feel, all of them will feel dark and indistinguishable, or if they'll feel, they'll be able to see the difference between them once it dries. So what I don't know with this one is if when I pick it up, if there's going to be any glaring sections where it's like, you are very heavily speckled, except for this one spot. And so in that case, then I will go back in like a third time and add some more dark speckles. But I think I'm done with the fluorescent colors.
That was getting warm in that mask. I really like this haze. That what's funny is that like I almost feel like I'm squinting through something to see the fluorescent colors there, which is fun. And whereas what's going on in this pot, I love the mixture of navy and black. I suppose I could have gone heavier with the navy, but that looks more like it's covered in blue. This does feel like a nice navy. Still a little more time on the timer. There's a bit more color in the pot, but there might be, I think I'm going to have a lot of rinsing to do here. Let's see. Yeah, for true navy, you probably need a DOS of 4%, I think, of what Dharma recommends. But sometimes when you're layering something on top of something else, it can feel a little darker because there's some saturation there already as opposed to just being white. So yeah, I know that 1 tablespoon of navy is not a ton because I decided I'd rather start with too little than too much. But it was more the tone. You know, the tone was feeling a little too, I think I wanted it to be a little less blue. Let me pull up my photo. Oh yeah, I'm still alive. It's a long one tonight. Sometimes, yeah, I can talk a long time. But yeah, I've seriously been wanting to do this all week. So I'm not sure what color I should try for the third one, or if I should do the same thing. Should I do only black? So I've got one more skein that we could over dye that's already like got the resist with the zip ties on. So what would you guys like to see? Let me know. The 5 premixed dye stocks I have are espresso bean, dark navy, true black, twilight gray. Oh, I think I've got peacock blue, because I wasn't sure if I'd want that for something. But I think that one's off the table. So I guess the 4, like espresso bean, black, navy, and twilight gray. So let me know which one you would like to see for the last one. And I think the timer's about to go off. But yeah, I am less bright. Go for black. I'm sort of inclined to try that as well. I'm not going to worry about that residual red in there. This looks really cool. Really cool. Let me see if this guy is cooled. It's still a little too hot for me to try to get that zip tie off. But at least I can like hold up the one side before I put it back. Ah! Okay, that's what, yeah. You can see a little bit of the bright color poking through from our resist. I have a feeling, and that side of the pan is so hot because it's next to the dye pot. I think I have officially decided that I will probably not be unwrapping these in the live stream. I will unwrap them on camera tomorrow so we can really appreciate the colors. And that is mostly entirely because I almost just burned myself. But yeah, the combination. So first we did navy, and then we just combined black and navy. And now I think I'm going to do just black. And I'm tempted, I can always add more. I need more, I need gloves. I'm tempted to just do 1 tablespoon of the black. So first I did a tablespoon of the navy, and then the next time I did a tablespoon of navy and a tablespoon of black. And so, oh, let me move the, sorry guys, I forgot that the picture was in the way. Oh, I'm seeing like gray, mixed gray and espresso. Ooh. Oh, it looks like, okay, fine. I was going to do black, but it looks like twilight. There's more votes for Twilight. I'm gonna do, do I have enough? I think I might have enough for a double dose of Twilight. But let's start with one. Let's start with 1 tablespoon of Twilight Gray, and then we can always add more dye. And if we don't like the tone, then we could always go and, I feel like 1 might be light. We may end up wanting 3. The pattern of my resist tie on this one's a little bit different than the other 2 in terms of spacing, but I think that is also okay. This one is much more in just quarters, but let's go in. I mean, I feel like, yeah, this is not very much color. The Twilight Gray is definitely not anywhere near as potent as the other ones. You can see that we're getting just a bare, the other ones felt darker from the dip. This one is just a lot less saturated. Okay, I think we've done that. I think I'm going to go ahead and add black. I think what we got was pretty. There's definitely still some color in the pot, but this is the first time I've tried using the Twilight Gray to over dye something. And so this was actually really, really informative, but definitely not dark enough. Okay, I'm gonna go for it, and let's do 2 tablespoons of black. Oh dear, don't drip anywhere. Oh dear. Okay, we did not drip anywhere. Just on my hand. Hands are fine. Thankfully, with acid dyes, if you do get a drip on your floor, which I don't recommend, but it does wipe off. If your floor is wood, at least. I suppose if you had like a wool floor, it wouldn't. All right, I'm gonna come and check my chart real quick. Yeah, that Twilight Gray was pretty light. So, okay. Let's go in our true black. And you can see already that is a lot darker. And I'm coming in and using these tongs to really help the dye access the fiber. Oh dear. That is cool. That is really cool. Yeah, I think it's funny. I'm going to add really like that. I think I might leave it there with this one because I sort of like that depth. And I also like the progression that we have. I wish I could lift it up for these 3 skeins. I know it's going to be too hot. Where it's like more blue and then that darker color gets progressively less blue. But I don't want this leftover dye to go to waste. So I've grabbed just another hank of the Dyer Supplier 7525. This is dry. And we are just going to go in. That's a nice color. It's a really nice sort of palish gray, and of course, probably just tangled it. Not gonna worry. Not gonna worry. All right, let's check on most of the color. There's only some pinks left, but those usually get sort of soaked up a bit as we move things around. Let's try flipping. That's actually really good. I think I am pretty happy with how this one has turned out. I'm a little nervous about around the ties, but some white actually fits in nicely. Oh, yeah, I'm actually okay. I think I'm okay with this. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my bottle. I'm gonna add some water and some vinegar to it. Okay. I'm gonna add, I sort of want to make sure everything's absorbed. 4 cups of water. And then a good old healthy splash of vinegar. Yeah, I am excited. And I think that we got a bunch of different yarns that are going to feel rather different. So I am excited. Yeah, and I'm going to leave our little mop here and here until it cools. And okay, I'm going to set myself a timer for 10 minutes so I remember to turn things off. And then I am going to come and chat with all of you. Oh. Where do I want that? I guess I might just make the image go away. Phew, I'm going to make myself big. Hi. So this was really fun. I think that the colors, like the colors that come through the webcam, like there's a few places where I look at the colors. I can check the colors through my streaming interface, but but then there's still like a little shift of color from that through what shows up on YouTube. And that's on the same monitor that I'm seeing that. So I guess that's something to keep in mind. But that's one reason why I do like to take pictures along the way sometimes and to include in the final video so that way you guys can get a sense of the more true color. What was I going to say? Although not that me holding up the color won't help, but you know, we did start with something super, super bright and then we toned it down to go for this more moody night in the rain kind of, whoa, sorry guys, wrong. No. I want to move the image. Yeah. There we go. This like rainy night with the lights reflecting. And I really liked even though I know those lights probably aren't fluorescent necessarily, but I enjoyed the fluorescence. I was drawn to the fluorescence and then the darkness, and I really wanted to play with that aspect, and that's what really excited me when I found this picture. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really like doing these dialogues. This is something that actually came from viewer requests. Actually, I feel like a lot of my best things come from viewer requests. Like from the chat in one of the live streams, you guys were like, oh, we should have a Facebook group. And so that's how the ChemKnits Lab Facebook group started. Or, you know, there was a request to do, you know, something that people could participate with me in. And so that's how we started this dialogue format. And so every month around the 15th, usually on the 15th, I will announce the new dialogue photo. And then shortly thereafter, I'll do a live stream with my interpretation. But then around the beginning of, say, so it's May now. Did I say March? It's around the 15th of the month, I release the photo. Towards the beginning of June, I will edit a recap from this video. And so the recap will be like most of the live stream recaps I do. I always will film a recap from a live stream so that way you can see what the final colors actually look like. So I can give a better representation than what I can do sort of on the fly. And we had some technical difficulties tonight. But yeah, so I think that it's just fun, and there are, yeah, so I do that towards the beginning of the month. So this one towards the first or second week of June is when the recap will come up. I will usually accept submissions to be included in that recap through like the beginning of June up until I start editing the video. But of course, you're always welcome to share things after the fact. If you want your photos to be considered for the Dye-Along recap, share them on Instagram with the hashtag ChemKnitsDyeAlong. You can see that down there with the photo. Or post your picture as a reply on the Dye-Along photo on the ChemKnits Facebook page, facebook.com/ChemKnits. And there's a link to that photo in the video description of this live stream. And so you can find that all there. And you could do multiple projects too. So you are not limited to just your 2 skeins of lace weight or roving. You could do both. It's really up to you and what you want to play with, and what about this picture excites you. I could see it being really fun going with sort of the orange, purple, and blue, just a reflection of the street and so much more. I'm glad that you guys really, really like this inspiration photo. I try to mix them up. Sometimes I pick the photos based on a color I want to play with. Sometimes I take a photo and I'm like, sometimes I see something that just really inspires me and makes me want to go grab colors, and that's what I look for. I do attempt to vary the tones that I'm using each month. So like something sort of like alternate between cooler tone and warmer tone. Just so that way there can be some variety, because people have different colors that they enjoy. I definitely will accept if you want to blend fiber and spin a yarn. I consider that could be part of the Dye-Along. Or if you wanted to do a color work knitting or something, I would, the dye part is also sort of like a loose interpretation. Just play with the photo and share it with me. And so it's a lot of fun. I do have a thread going in the ChemKnits Lab Facebook group, and over there, if you share anything you share in the Facebook group, I will never share outside the group without explicit permission. But so consider if you want to share something privately and not get a shout out, or it's a text, like I give text credit to the people who dye the yarn. If you don't want to be featured in the video, that's a great place to share it with the community in a private way, because it is a closed group. And so that is something there. You're eyeing your sad bottle of Wilton's blue color, and it might get used up this weekend. Ooh. So I really hope that you guys enjoy these. I really have a lot of fun. I am a little loopy right now. I function a little better in the morning, but I like trying. Oh, it's almost 11. There we go. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know that I have a lot of fun, and you really should go check out the pre-orders for the ChemKnits 2019 Summer Sampler. I'll be popping that back in the chat. Oh dear, that is not the URL. There are limited slots available right now. There might be some more slots that I release once I start packing them. The samplers will ship at the very end of June, and then the videos will air towards the end of July. All the details are in the listing link that I just put. Summer sampler for the summer mini skein, mini EIN, mini series. And as I said, there's DK and fingering weight samplers, and the add-on pre-order, so you can add on a full skein to your sampler, or sock blank or multiple. I set the add-ons up as a separate listing this time, so that way if someone wanted 2 skeins of the summer limited edition colorway, that's an option, or you could get a sock yarn and a sock blank. So all of that is, all those are options there. And yeah, but the pre-order for the add-ons will probably close at the end of May, so that way I know how much of the colorways to actually dye up. And I have a few ideas I'm really excited for these colorways. But some of it depends a bit on how many, you know, the late, yeah, how many. But I've got a range of ideas and colors that I am really, really excited about, and I am really excited to share with all of you. I think that some of these videos will have, you know, things that like just excite me to no end, things that are cool, things that I learn. I'm learning a lot in these videos, and I think that it's great, and so I hope that you guys will enjoy it as much as you did the Hanukkah special. So yeah, I think that that's like what's going on in ChemKnits land right now. I don't really want to clean up. Is that bad? That's bad. I need to clean up. I'm definitely going to leave the yarn on the stove to just sit till morning. Oh, there's the timer. Oh gosh, I don't want to get in trouble. Not that I get in trouble, but we have to, you know, I'm going to turn off all the heat now. We have to also use our kitchen as like a kitchen. So I can't just leave things set up, but I might actually have a weekend coming up where I might have some time to myself. So then a working weekend, so then I would leave everything set up so I can do a lot of dyeing, yarn dyeing, and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited. There's some really good videos that are slated to come out in the next few weeks. Oh! Now, would it be Swap Firefly? But Firefly, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. That's really, really kind. Oh, look at the little sticker. It says thanks with a heart. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that little heart. That's exciting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. There's all kinds of links in the video description. My my eyes aren't focusing as well anymore. Yeah, I'm just excited. I was so stressed out when like things weren't working properly at the very beginning, and oh man, I was like so pumped and I was like so calm, and then I was not very calm and very stressed out after the false start. And yeah, but thankfully I think I was able to get all the like settings reproduced, so there's just going to be 2 videos with the same name right now. But anyway, I am going to head out. I hope that you guys all have a really wonderful evening, and I will chat with you all soon. Good night, everyone. Bye. It's like the double. Good night, everyone.